Bear with me, I'm outside at the moment getting some sunshine, but we're going to go inside in a few seconds and I'm going to talk to you about how you can structure an effective and engaging sales meeting. Now we're going to go through my 5-step strategy on how to do this, whether you may be looking at turning a prospect into a client, building a new relationship, bringing on a new referral partner, or even creating new opportunities, then don't miss this one. So let's get ready. Suit up, because you've got to look the part, right? All right, I'm ready. So before we go inside, if you haven't already, please go below and hit subscribe. Leave any comments that you have, particularly if you're a salesperson or in a business development position where you continuously build relationships. And we know it's all about communication. But enough of that, hit subscribe. Let's go inside and get selling. Okay, everybody, now we're inside. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit like and leave a few comments as well, particularly if you're in that relationship building industry. Hopefully this sales strategy will help. So I'm sharing my 5 strategies to creating the effective sales meeting and what that looks like to you and how you can put it into practice to achieve your objectives. Okay, so presentation. Okay, that's not step 1, but make sure you look the part. Okay, if you're selling to B2B or B2C and you're in a professional white collar industry, make sure you're not rocking up in your tank top and board shorts. So common sense 101. But step 1 is all about that introduction. So it's that firm handshake, or now may be an airwave, but that eye contact. And yes, these are all simple things to start with, but you potentially have that 15 to 20 seconds to make that first impression. And if it's not right, well, it's going to be an uphill battle, particularly converting that prospect into a client. So little things like hello, using their name, letting them sit down first, then you sit down, only accepting a refreshment if they're taking a refreshment. So those little things can add up to big things, particularly if it's a 45, 60-minute meeting. So step 1 is easy. It's making sure you get those little things right in the introduction piece. Okay? You're right. You're with me so far. Okay. Step 2 is all about clearing your prospect's mind. Now that is about asking them right up front if they have any questions or concerns with you, your company, your industry that they want to get on the table. Okay. What that'll give them is the opportunity they may have had a bad experience with a competitor of yours, a different business, maybe even your business or even a colleague. Gives them that opportunity to bring that to the forefront and lets you tackle that issue right from the get-go. So that prospect isn't sitting through a meeting of 45, 60 minutes, as I said, wondering, oh, I've got to get this question answered. I wonder if they fix that problem, or how do they combat that against their competitors? Get that off the table, okay? So as I mentioned, step 2 is clearing your prospect's mind. Step 3, I call it the digger technique. Now, this is all about digging as much and getting as much information as you can from your prospect, from about them and their business. So it's all those follow-up questions, whether it be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 follow-up questions, until you have a full understanding of how they operate and what they do. So let me give you a quick example. If I was interviewing or having a meeting with a prospect, and let's say that they're in the finance industry, it may be a bit about, can you tell me about the competitors that you like to use? Okay, that sounds great. Now you've mentioned competitors X, Y, Z. Can you tell me why you like to use them? What's a sticking point that keeps you going back to them? Okay, that's great. So some of the other competitors that you aren't using, have you had poor experiences with them in the past? Oh, wow. Okay, can you tell me what that looks like? Okay, fantastic. Now, you've seen an example from those follow-up questions, and they're continuing to follow up until it stops, until you've got everything that you need and the prospect has shared all the information possible. Now, this isn't the time to sell or promote your services. So don't even think about starting your pitch. Okay, this is not the time. Stage 3 is not the time. Gather as much information. Where the information needs to stay is up here. Okay, doesn't get written down. You're not sitting there typing on a laptop or messaging on your phone. Forget that. You need to get crafty and skillful and place it in here. Okay, so that part, stage 3 may take 10, 15, 20 minutes, but you need to start picking out those pain points, those issues, and even personal aspects from the person themselves that you're speaking to, and place them up here because you're going to need them for step 4. So let's get into it. So what does step 4 look like? Now it's about problem solving. So go back into your mind from stage 3, all the issues, those pain points that prospect has given you and that they've mentioned, you now need to position it in a way where, firstly, you're rephrasing what they've said to you, or you're paraphrasing, okay? So you're not saying it word for word. But if it was about a competitor, so you said, so Joe, you mentioned about that you love using this company because they're giving you fantastic service within 24 hours. Is that correct? No. Okay. Fantastic. I'm glad I've covered that. But you also mentioned on the flip side that you're not sending much business to the other guys because of their lack of proactivity around that service proposition. Is that right as well? Yes, great. Okay, Joe, are you aware within our company we can do, and then you pitch? Hopefully, guys, that gives you an example of one area, but they may have 3 or 4 concerns where you can basically come in and fill a gap. And I'm not saying with all of these, particularly around step 4, that you may close that prospect there and then or close that sale there and then. But you're going to put a really strong argument because you're going to fix those pain points and those issues that that person has. Firstly, on step 4, when you're paraphrasing back what they're saying to you, it shows that you give a damn. It shows that you're listening to them, you're in that moment, and your full attention is across what they want and what they're talking about. So ensure that when you're pitching across as well, you are pitching in the sense where you're filling in those blanks for that organization. Okay? It's not always about your business. You solving that pain point will do that. And that's a great soft selling technique that works wonders, particularly if you're meeting that person for the first time. For the first time. Okay. Hopefully you got step 4 out of the way in your mind. So that does take practice. So I'd encourage you, grab a colleague, grab a friend, grab a partner at home. Practice that step 3 around the digging technique. Continue to ask them questions around their business. What are their pain points? Why do they like using competitors? What do they want from an organization to partner up with? Okay. And then step 4, paraphrase and go back and fill in those blank spots for them or offer services that you can do. Okay. Step 5 is all about asking for the business. My grandfather always told me, you don't ask, you don't get. Yeah, makes sense. So I've finished presenting a few areas where I can fill gaps in your business. It is then going to step 5 is saying, Joe, we've gone through this. I've mentioned that we could do X, Y, Z for you that your competitors aren't offering you. Is that correct? Was that of interest to you? Yes, it was, he says. Fantastic. Well, Joe, now that you've actually confirmed that for me, do you see that there's an opportunity for us to do business together? Okay. You've noticed when I've asked that question, I close my mouth and open my ears. And that goes for any question that you're asking. Do not continue on. You need to be delivering 20% of the audio in these meetings. So you've got to do 80%. As they say, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that ratio means something. So deliver that, but ask for the business. The worst case they're going to say is, Dino, I like what I've heard, but we're not in a position to do something with you at this stage. No problems. That's just them maybe wanting to finish off that meeting, or they may not have a solution for them to come up with, or they need to go speak to their manager, whatever it may be. But your response can be, Joe, no problems. I completely understand. Listen, we've only been chatting for 45 minutes and we've met once. So I understand. But what I'd like to do today is within the next 48 hours, I'll send you a follow-up email with the concerns and discussions that we've had and the areas that we may be able to assist you and your organization. What I'd like to do then is within 2 more days after that email, I'll be giving you a call to see if you had any other follow-up questions or anything further that we can assist with. I'd like to thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to talking to you very, very soon. Stage 5, or part 2 of stage 5, when I was mentioning around that area of giving the email out and the follow-up call, that is the part where you don't ask a question, okay? And for the fantastic salespeople out there, they will understand this. If I give you the opportunity to say, Joe, are you interested in what you've heard today? Yes. It's an opportunity to do business. Yes. Can I send you an email now within 48 hours? Or can I give you a call? It again opens up that door of doubt where that person could turn around and say, oh, do you know what? Leave it with me. I'll give you a call. That's what you don't want to happen. So stage 5, part 2 of stage 5 is after you have asked for the business, is you go in, I'm going to be sending you an email, I'm going to be giving you a call. You tell them what you will be doing, and that is your time then to end that meeting. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Shake hands or air wave. You get up and you walk out. Okay? Those are the 5 steps to creating an effective meeting. I tell you, I've been using them for the last 10 years and it works. You may not get somebody to sign a contract there and then, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touch points thereafter, whether it's an email, a proactive call, a text message, a letter, you're sending a unexpected wow gift through reciprocity, and that goes through something that you may have picked up within the meeting that you did from a personal aspect of that person, but that goes onto a different video series, which I'll share later. Okay, so put in those 5 tips. I'll place what that strategy is in the comments, but please leave your comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'd love to hear what you've got to say, particularly around if you've just started in a sales role or you've been in one for years. Let us know what you do as well. If it's something similar, fantastic. If it's something different, please share it. We can all help people get better at this, and it's all around that problem solving and the solutions. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Happy selling in the future. Again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. And if you want to get notified from any of my other videos that get uploaded, hit the little bell, bling, and select all and ensure that you get the notification every time I upload something. Guys, thanks so much. Happy selling. Stay strong. Bye for now.